After months of rumors and speculation about Jennifer and Ben's relationship taking over the internet, the two finally called it quits for good as their divorce has been made public. Surprisingly, it turns out that the divorce wasn't as mutual as many thought, as Jennifer's team has had some things to say about Ben regarding their recent time together. Jennifer Lopez has just revealed some shocking information about her breakup with Ben Affleck. You'll be shocked to hear what she is accusing him of and why they simply couldn't make it work anymore, since she was determined to stay fully committed to their relationship, both physically and emotionally. Jennifer has been clinging to the idea that she and Ben might be able to work through their problems and distance from one another. In fact, according to her friends, Jennifer clung to the hope that they might be okay. There was a tragic flaw in this fairy tale, a flaw that had less to do with Lopez's efforts and more to do with who Affleck truly was. However, insiders claim that Ben was simply incapable of giving Jennifer the love she deserved because sources claim he has a darkness to him that not even those closest to him could fix. Even when it became apparent that there was no going back to what they once had, as they'd been living apart for months, one friend said she loves him, she will always love him, and that's the problem. Another insider explained that Jennifer had hope for her fairy tale ending, genuinely believing this was the greatest love story she'd ever known, and finally getting her chance at the fairy tale. It seems that despite Jennifer's best attempts to drive away the shadows that haunt him, she was also unable to resolve the issue, just as Jen Garner was unable to resolve it despite all of the success in the world. In defense of herself, it did seem like the perfect fairy tale come true at the beginning, as Ben magically reappeared in her life after her breakup with her then-fiancé Alex Rodriguez in 2021. The insider painted a picture of a woman who was desperate to help him despite the impossible task. She gave this everything, she had her whole heart. She would have done anything to make this work. Throughout all of this, Jennifer has dealt with the entire world criticizing her for giving the relationship a go despite their obvious ending. The early 2000s saw America enthralled with the Benfer phenomenon, as they seemed to make headlines everywhere they went. Ben even appeared in the music video for Jennifer's hit song Jenny from the Block, something he later revealed he had regretted. Despite this, their love story seemed unstoppable until just days before their wedding on September 14, 2003, when the couple shocked the world by postponing their wedding and then announcing their breakup. Jennifer was extremely candid about her feelings for Ben and even acknowledged them on record. Only 4 months later, Jennifer looked back on the split in an honest interview with Variety in February, saying, "We lost our sense of ourselves and had to separate because we didn't know how to survive it. In the years that followed, I had to figure myself out, and he had to figure himself out." Our relationship crumbled under the weight of the pressure. Jen Garner described the darkness that Ben had been dealing with, saying, "He's just a complicated guy. When his sun shines on you, you feel it. But when the sun is shining elsewhere, it's cold. He can cast quite a shadow." Other insiders added to Jen's speculations, saying that Ben doesn't dislike this side of himself, the side that needs solitude, that doesn't believe anyone could ever truly understand him, and that is convinced he is his only ally and the only person he can count on. Jennifer married singer Marc Anthony, with whom she had twins Max and Emmy, before divorcing in 2014. Affleck takes pride in being self-reliant and protecting his children, but he has never and likely never will completely give himself over to another person. And despite rekindling his relationship with Jennifer just a few years ago, those things never went away, as it turns out that Ben simply hasn't changed. The couple's struggles, especially around their public image, have been well documented, which has only added to the tension between them, as a lot of the drama played out in front of the cameras. Something Ben has been notoriously against. Jennifer has always been a powerhouse in the entertainment industry, and when she and Ben got back together, she seemed eager to share their love story with the world. In fact, she came up with 2 whole projects: the documentary The Greatest Love Story Never Told and the film This Is Me Now. However, not everyone was thrilled about these projects, particularly when it came to Ben. But as it turns out, according to sources close to the couple, the idea for the documentary actually came from Ben's production company Artist Equity, while Lopez's team was more focused on her album and her Amazon Video project. it was artist equity that financed and made the documentary a reality, but even if Ben's team had introduced the projects, it was actually Jennifer who took complete control over both, as she wanted to show the public everything there was to know about her rekindled romance. However, despite Jennifer's big dreams, it turns out that several people were quite against her doing this, as even Jane Fonda actually expressed her concerns to her in the documentary. Ben was clearly becoming more uncomfortable with the intense public attention, as stated on page 6. He was terrified by the large number of paparazzi who followed them during their honeymoon in Paris, and the stress of being in the spotlight all the time was taking a toll on him, which ultimately caused their relationship to fall apart. It appeared as though people were trying to stop Jennifer from turning her marriage into a train wreck. Ben was clearly becoming more uncomfortable with the intense public attention, as stated on page 6. He was terrified by the large number of paparazzi who followed them during their honeymoon in Paris, and the stress of being in the spotlight all the time was taking a toll on him, which ultimately caused their relationship to fall apart. It appeared as though people were trying to stop Jennifer from turning her marriage into a train wreck.